very serious.
No, I'm gonna be like smiley, like.
No, I'm smiling right now.
You're not. Are you sad when Darkwater ends?
Don't you still wanna hang with all your friends? Come on to Darkwater Daytime Hours.
Hello, welcome back to Darkwater Daytime Hours.
Oh my god, the sun is glowing in this house today. Look at this.
Oh my gosh, it's
so gorgeous.
I love, it's like the birds are chirping. I can hear kids playing, which I don't know why. You need to go to bed, especially if you're a minor. Do not watch this. Go to bed.
Absolutely.
It's daytime hours. What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Go take a nap.
Jeez Louise.
Oh my god.
Children. So, Naomi, tell us what's up with your life. What's new?
Oh my goodness. Well, nothing much too new. I've been out here living my best life, riding my skateboard, doing the same old Naomi things. I'm more curious, how are you doing, Mazzy?
I'm doing great. So you haven't paralyzed your back yet?
Well, just temporarily, yeah. It only lasted like a month, but I'm back in action. I'm an upright member of society once again. Not like I do good things, but like I stand straight up and down.
For those of you who were at Darkwater in September and October, well, I think it was September.
Just September, yeah.
Naomi had a cane because her back went out from not skateboarding, but from carrying a cabinet.
Just way less life in general, yeah.
Just being old.
So I was like, what's up? Oh gosh, I picked up something heavy and then I couldn't get off the couch for a month.
How am I doing? I'm doing great. Been very busy, very productive. Frilly Girly Sissy Dress, my band, with Lena, Jade Harvey, Spencer Reeve. We're getting ready to put out a music video, which is probably already out by the time this is out.
So excited. I mean, I was so excited, and then I saw it, because it's out now.
Right, it's totally out already, right now. But, if you're curious on how to sissify twinks, it's a great instructional how-to video made as a music video. We're going to do another run of my play 1309 in the spring. We got a rocket grant for it from Charlotte Street.
Yeah, it's so amazing.
1309.
Very exciting news for sure.
Yeah, we are really excited to do it. Naomi went to go see the play. What did you think about it?
I loved it. It was traumatizing in all of the best ways and the worst ways. It made me laugh, cry, and want to leave the room all at the same time. And I will be returning when the second run comes. I can't wait to see it again, actually.
Yay! Yeah, if you've seen me perform or you know of my performance pieces, they tend to be a little testy, but rewarding, empowering, and also challenging. That's, I guess, who I am as an artist. If you're watching this, you probably already know. And as a friend, yes, apparently. Thank you, Naomi. I'm a challenging friend.
Yes, you're welcome.
Well, I'm sorry that I add to your life and provide constructive criticism for you to do better.
Every moment with you is a chance for growth,
Right. So we have like this lovely setup here. I have put up some of my favorite books and zines and some local artists' artwork. We have Bath Consolidated, Betty, we have Jack Holly, a few others, and then down here we have a little book that's...
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You want to tell us about this
I
book?
love it. So I did briefly mention that I'm out here skateboarding as much as I can be. Or I'm going to set my microphone down and I'll find my centerfold. Let's see. There it is.
There she is.
Goofball Skateboards.
Goofball Skateboards.
Representing out. This is a local publication, Minuet. It's a skateboarding photo magazine. They just put out their third issue just about a month ago, which is really exciting. I'm not in that one, so I didn't get a copy. But it is very cool, and Mark, who makes it, does amazing work taking photos all around the city, and it's definitely worth checking that out. Available at skate shops and at Oddly Correct Coffee on Troost.
Woo! Go get your copy of Minuets.
I want a really girly sissy dress made just for me!
Feel like I know you somewhat.
Yeah.
I, am using you as a tax write-off because I've been working on my philanthropy this year, and I decided to befriend Naomi as a tax write-off.
It's true.
So this is my charity work right here.
It's really nice of her to adopt me in this way. I don't know where I would be. I would probably be working a few more hours a week out down on the corner, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Gosh, if anybody just happens to have one of
Well,
those.
that is our time for that topic. We're going on to the next topic. Our next topic is all things dark water.
Dark.
Darkwater. So, as many of you may know, and for those who are watching who don't know, we host a monthly, sometimes bi-monthly, last Sunday of the month show at the Ship called Darkwater Inn. Formerly Mazzy's Darkwater Inn, now Mazzy and Naomi's Darkwater Inn.
Part of the charity work.
Yes, this is, like I was saying in the last segment, that this is charity work that I really have put my life into, because I feel like if I don't uplift those who are lesser than me, then how can I sleep so well at night? Because I do sleep very well at night.
Blessed.
Yes, I think myself. So, doing the Darkwater, this is like, as of January, it will be 2 years. So we're getting ready to go into our second year of Darkwater. And we wouldn't be able to do Darkwater, which is a variety show of many different art forms, experimental music, drag, spoken word, comedy, ambient music, you name it, we do it. We wouldn't be able to do it if we didn't have the venue, the Ship, which is where
That's right.
we host Darkwater, and where we've been hosting it since January of 2023. And you were one of the first. You were the first.
I was
on the first bill.
Yeah, that's right. I was performing my electronic music, I believe, or it was a combination of both of that set.
No, it was just a folk set.
It was just a folk set. I barely remember.
You had like a sign or something. You looked it up, and it was like.
Oh yeah, I remember. My sign said something like, "I'm too scared to speak, but
Okay.
that's why I came here. So I guess I'll do it anyway."
So Darkwater has been kind of a new infusion for you, as well as I feel like for me as well. Like it's really uplifted. I feel like
Absolutely.
myself,
I
my
mean,
art.
yeah, it pulled me out of a big slump musically where I hadn't performed, I hadn't really been writing, I hadn't been doing much of anything, and I had been to a few Darkwaters and just was like really, or I've been to your shows anyway, and I was just like, the Darkwater idea really enticed me. The variety show, it seemed like a great place where I could like introduce myself to the stage again. And I thought that was such a great opportunity. And I know that people who have played there since then have felt the same way. I've like talked to them about it, and people excited to like hit the Darkwater stage to like sort of reinvigorate themselves or like showcase something new, and it's like really it is so great for so many different artists to be able to come in and sort of like a low pressure situation is
Totally.
That's kind of how I felt about it, is that it was like, not that I didn't need to perform well, but that it was just like this is the group of my peers. These are the people in the no judgment zone.
Right.
And it just made me feel so safe to like re-enter the musical world.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it is a big community booster, and I think whenever I had thought about doing Darkwater, Lada, the GM at the ship, approached me after the Rebecca album release and was like, do you think we could do like an experimental like monthly show? And I think like, you know, because of that opportunity, it was such a platform, not for, just for me, but for so many other queer adjacent artists or experimental artists or artists who don't always get the time of day or artists who are always expected to perform a certain way. It's sort of like a no bars, no rules, anything
Absolutely,
goes,
yeah.
like variety show. And I think the city feels like it's really lacking some sort of momentum that we used to have before the pandemic of like a DIY space or DIY scene or any kind of challenging or experimental arts in the performance sector. You know, why do you think that is?
Yeah, it's really interesting, and it is really cool. A very good point how Darkwater really does like kind of curate that DIY vibe, even though we are inside of the ship, which like, you know, goes against the nature of the DIY movement. But it seems that like with the changing of the city, everything's getting a lot more expensive here. People aren't like renting or owning homes. A lot of people that were doing that in the past have moved away, you know, and it's like there just used to be a lot more house shows and house venues and punk houses that focused more on being a space for performance for like touring acts who needed a spot or local musicians who didn't necessarily fit onto the bills at like the few bars that drew a crowd around town back then. And, you know, it really, I feel like the pandemic sort of was like the nail in the coffin of the Kansas City DIY scene. And as we all came out of that, you know, not only were there less houses, were people not living so communally anymore maybe, but things were starting to get a lot more expensive. People were less willing to just let 100 people into their basement, you know.
Right.
And it's just,
it's being stingier.
yeah, it's tougher to find those sort of spaces, and we've sort of moved on to the more established venues around town, say like Farewell down in Leeds, which is like really carrying on like the DIY aesthetic. You know, they used to be more of a DIY venue over on Troost in the past, and now it's like a fully functioning bar outside of the city limits with Howdy Attached, which is also like an all ages venue.
Yeah.
You know, something else that's really missing in this city is the ability to have kids under 21 being able to join us. And that was something that the house show scene really brought to Kansas City that I thought was so special, was that all shows that I ever went to were like all ages inclusive.
Yeah, and we have like
Goofball.
which is now putting on shows.
That's right, all ages, generally a mask required scene. So if you're feeling iffy with like the COVID in the air, that's a really great place to go and feel safe in that sort of way as well, you know. And it's like, I feel like there was another sort of all ages space that had been popping up in the ship.
Skate bar.
No, they're generally a 21 plus, but that's
bar just got moved here from St. Joe.
I think it's St. Joe, yeah. And
where
yeah,
ATC used to be in Westport on Westport Road.
which is interesting. I think it's cool. They already have a pretty booked like month calendar that I saw, and it's featuring a good eclectic mix of performance. I thought it was going to be a lot more focused on like skate punk and stuff like that, but they're having like queer comedy nights. They're having like all sorts of different things going on there. I think that's really cool, and something really that could be really good for the Westport area as it's being like taken over by more like corporate giants like Tin Roof and things like that over there.
Venues that do not support DIY.
Yes.
So it's an interesting shift that we've seen that DIY is kind of becoming more of like a bar venue or a multi-use space where it's not just like someone's house or a basement or a pop-up like it may have been like 5, 6, 7 years
For sure,
ago.
like generator shows used to happen in like outdoor spaces. They would be happening at like Penn Valley Skate Park or the Levee down in the Northeast, and you know they would draw like cool crowds. Another opportunity for just like anybody to go, no cover at an outdoor show, you know, and that's like, you get to be outside. I love those skate park shows, which have sort of like definitely died. They started dying off like before the pandemic even, but it.
What do you think would be like a great, or how would like to see a resurgence of like a DIY culture or DIY space or spaces?
You know, it's like I do really love the idea of like more established venues opening up themselves as like, as you said, like multi-use spaces, be it for like how like your play was at Greenwood and like music happens there, you know, poetry happens there, like a play can happen there. That's really great. The Ship has all sorts of different events that it's been hosting now, is like Transformations having their like yearly gathering there, and you know, and it's like really, I think it's just becoming more of the job of the established bars to like let the DIY scene in to like sort of like take over and do their thing.
There's a lot of gatekeeping in the city, and that's always been an issue. But I think more so now than ever, there's like this aesthetic value to gatekeeping, I guess, from a business model, which is a challenge. I mean, I myself being more of an experimental performer, it's hard for me to get any kind of booking at a conventional venue.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, it's
And
like
it used to be like so widespread, like, you know, I mean, I could play anywhere, anytime. And I don't know where the limitations exactly come in, other than if I want something to get done, I just do it, you know, as opposed to like, you know, I guess trying to pass the baton, you know, because I don't want to like be a performer forever as a curator, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that's a really tough challenge, is to like not hold expectation, but then also like look for that space and be able to provide for that space and support that kind of space, you know?
Absolutely, you know, and it's like that's what I feel is like really being what's missing and what we're looking for within the Kansas City metro more, you know, because like Farewell is a great example of like DIY culture moving on to like this bigger established thing.
It used to be DIY.
Right, yeah, but the problem, right, true, but the problem with like both of those is like their inaccessibility as like for people who don't drive, you know, and it's like
It's a little off the map.
Farewell is like way off the map, way off the bus routes, you know, like the Ship is like almost the same. It's a little more walkable through public transportation. You can make your way down to the bottoms much easier than you can make your way out to Leeds.
Right.
And like besides that, you're just going to be depending on catching rides or Ubers, you know, which can like really make a night hard, you know, if I'm already struggling with like money to go out to a show, if I gotta add
everything's a lot more expensive too, and it's not just for like individuals. I think for businesses and for DIY, everything is just. I think there's more of a risk for anything creative. You know, it just feels like more of a challenge. Even just speaking personally, it's that like having the wherewithal to be able to call on a group of people to create something that feels inevitably impossible and make it happen. It just is such a shift from how much more excitement and I guess accessibility there used to be. Even if it didn't feel accessible back then, it's even less accessible now.
Absolutely. Yes, very true. You know, it's like, I mean, there were so many places doing music, putting on art, just like people's houses or warehouses or what have you back in the day, that it was like I was going to DIY shows like 4 to 5 days a week sometimes.
You want to name some?
Let's see.
Awful House.
Awful House was down there. There was the East Wing in the inner city, which is actually where I live now. It is a defunct venue because my family lives there now. No shows at the East Wing anymore. But I mean, there's more to that story than just us living there. I am now a gatekeeper. I inherited the gate, though it's not my fault. I'm sorry.
That's what they all say.
But gosh, I mean, I can't remember the names of all of them. There's this great one that was like a little out of town. It was just this dude's property. It was really big. It had a basement for shows. It had a pool that was filled in the summer that you could swim in, and then it would be drained so you could skate in it sometimes. And you know, I forget what it was called, but but there was just like all sorts of different options, be them right in the inner city, like on the edges of the city, and it's just like, I swear I even sometimes wasn't even going to the same venues.
Right.
And it's like
there was so much to do. Like in my experience, I feel like there was just a lot of pop-ups.
yeah.
And that even Straight Cat used to be, I feel like, even more DIY.
Absolutely, yeah.
And just a lot of random little park show or someone's basement or some random spot that I'd never been. And I remember even established places becoming multi-use. There was that gallery in the crossroads, Volpus Bastille.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Volpus would sometimes have, it was just all downtown. There was this huge movement happening. Do you have any additional thoughts on the state of the DIY scene?
I see the young kids out there doing it again. I'm seeing a couple more sort of home-based DIY venues pop up, including, gosh damn it, it's down south, and now
well, we're out of time. It's time to move on to the next segment. This next segment is called Mazzy, the Magical Fortune Teller.
Oh, actually, I am excited for this segment. Good. It's about time. I need help.
You need help?
I need some help.
I am here to provide great and valuable fortune. As some of you may know, I am a profound seer, and I have touched many people spiritually and emotionally.
Watch what you're saying here.
I said spiritually and emotionally. I've touched many people with my performance art, with my voice, with my poetry, with my words, with my music. And, I am now providing a donation-based service, and this is also more charity work.
I know it's included in the charity work. I don't have to pay.
And I thought maybe I could do a reading for you, Naomi.
I would love that so much.
Any
please.
kind of pressing. I feel like I have kind of a switchy setup here.
It is pretty witchy.
And I wanted to provide this reading for you. So, is there anything deep on your mind? I'm putting some energy into the cards.
Oh my gosh. There's always so much on my mind.
Wait, what are you saying? I'm sorry.
I'm just thinking. What really is always most on my mind is my love life.
Your love life.
And how lonely I am.
Lonely.
And how sad I am because of how lonely I am.
Lonely, sad,
And
dumb.
I'm just
Naomi is so lonely, sad,
Dumb.
You didn't say dumb?
I didn't say dumb, no.
I thought you said dumb.
Anyway, do you think, Mazzy the Magical, do you think that you could maybe give me a reading and tell me if there's going to be any progress in my love life?
Love life. Okay, I heard the spirits. They spoke to me.
Or do they sound hot?
They sound confused.
Me too.
I feel like getting into this kind of territory is, very touchy, very sensitive, and very personal topic. So I want to be very serious about the cards,
yes.
and I want to be very intentional about the cards.
I know nothing of you except how serious and intentional.
I know, I'm a very serious person. Would you like to put some touch on the cards?
Oh yeah, I feel like
shuffle?
they could use my juju juice.
Your juju?
My juju juice.
Your juju.
Juju.
Disgusting. You're gonna get us banned from YouTube.
Wouldn't be my first time. Let's see. I did pretty good there.
So she's shuffling the deck here. She is putting her own intention into the cards. And, Naomi, I want you to meditate on love lost, love gained. What was that?
I said love. I was focusing on love.
Oh, gosh. You can't hear her because she was not mic'd, but she said she was focusing on love. So she has put her intention into the cards.
Yes.
We're going to do a little bit of drawing. Oh my gosh, what is that over there? That's
What
weird.
is it? Oh my God, what am I looking at?
I don't know. I thought it was I thought it was, do you know, Michael?
Sure.
You know, I thought it was Michael. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
You know.
Can we get back to my reading?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I'm beginning to think you don't know what you're doing.
No, I know exactly what I'm doing. I just had to distract. I mean, I had to not get so distracted, focusing on the intensity of these cards. So, anyways, here I'm gonna draw a couple cards to start out with. Okay. So we have the Two of Swords.
Wow, that seems promising.
Yeah. We'll start with that. Two of Swords. I am sensing that you're going to get double penetrated
Oh my gosh, really?
by some kind of blind, queer KCAI art student, maybe? I don't know.
Oh my God, I think I know them.
Who is that?
Is that Jasper?
Jasper. Jasper. Is that the one who does like ceramics?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Yeah, they totally ghosted me one time as well.
Apparently they're back. They're back with two swords, big swords, and they're blindfolded, and they're on some kind of slab. Looks like a cement slab.
Wait, can I see that again? Oh my God, I know where that's like right behind the river market down on the Missouri Heritage Trail.
This is right behind the river market on the Missouri Heritage Trail.
God, so I'm gonna get double dick down on the river trail.
Apparently so, yeah.
Wow, this is going
By
well.
a blind, looks like some queer non-binary AFAB person
No.
named Jasper.
Jasper.
Who does ceramics. So yeah, that looks pretty promising.
I like it.
And then
This is going really well.
we have the Fool as the
Oh
next
my
card
God.
drawn,
Yeah,
and so
I'm very connected with that card usually.
yes, it's like so you're gonna be, in probably a day to the next few weeks, walking around downtown, frolicking, doing your weird skateboard tricks or whatever childish things you do, and oh my God.
I was frolicking.
Do not break the tech person's equipment,
sorry.
Naomi. We only have one opportunity to do a podcast. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity.
Sorry, Slim.
It's
Yeah,
one
I got your joke.
Anyway, so the Fool, you're frolicking, you're full of whimsy, you're downtown, and you come across Jasper, blindfolded, double ready to go.
Those are some big swords. Are we sure I'm ready for that?
I mean, you have a big mouth.
That's true.
I meant like you talk a lot.
Oh. Well, it's pretty big too.
Yeah, I cannot keep my eyelash on to save my life. It just wants to fly away. It wants to be free. It wants to be liberated.
Let it go free, Mazzy.
No. Anyways, the Fool. So this is a really great reading, honestly. So this looks good. This looks positive. Looks
I like it.
you're
Should we
about
keep
to
going?
win. Sure, I can draw a couple more.
Yeah,
cards.
draw a couple more cards for me.
Oh. We got the Hermit here. That's an interesting. That changes things a little bit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I kept trying to get a better one. What the fuck?
Swords here.
Is that me?
Yeah, it looks like you're gonna die alone.
Fuck.
That's exactly. I mean, we got the
Yeah, that's looking a bit like the
when you put these two together and when you hold them really close together, it symbolizes that you're a dumb bitch who's going to die alone.
Oh my God. Well, the cards are usually not wrong.
And it changes the context of these two cards. I actually
what is-
misinterpreted them separately.
Interesting.
Because when you put the 4 together, can you put these here? Put this on your face.
Wait, on
Hold it your face. Put it over your face.
like this?
Yeah, and then you put these over adjacent to these, like so.
Like
There we go.
this.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
So that means you're a dumb, stupid bimbo who's going to die alone, and no one will ever love you. Yeah. So didn't you like my fantastic reading? Wasn't it life-changing?
I'm trying to find any fault in your words, but no, it's all right here in the cards.
I mean, you're the one who shuffled the deck. I just drew them. There was absolutely no corruption in this reading.
Can we go back to talking about this one? Is Jasper still going to call me?
No, that's not Jasper. I don't know what you're talking about. I originally thought it was maybe Jasper, but in the context of these cards, I'm now seeing it as like you're alone trying to fist yourself. And you're a dumb bitch for doing that.
Well, I do like to blind my
You're alone.
self sometimes, so I guess that could
you're,
be me
you're gonna die.
alone.
Alone. Alone. Dead alone. Dumb idiot trying to fist themselves.
What if I just croaked right here just to make you wrong?
Please, can you just wait until after the podcast and you Uber back home? I don't want to have to clean up the body.
That's fair.
That's
I wouldn't
not
want to put all that
Or
work
couldn't
on
you
you.
just like wait to die until you leave?
Yes, I'll wait.
Also, you're not technically alone, so that wouldn't. The fortune wouldn't ring true.
I guess I'm never really alone.
Well, then why are you complaining about love?
Why am I complaining about love?
You're like, my love life, it's so bad.
Well, I think that maybe capitalist society has sold me some false ideas about the importance of heteronormative relationships. And as a cis woman, I just always thought that that was so important to me.
I mean, you could always be like me and just be in love with yourself. I mean, that seems to be like the way to do it.
I'm just not very lovable. I've tried that.
Oh, whatever. Don't be the victim here. No one likes a victim. Do you know how like downhill it is whenever someone's like, well, no one loves me? And it's like, how do you respond to that?
With an outpouring of love.
What? I usually laugh in their face. I thought that was the response.
No, see, and that's where we've run into a lot of problems in our friendship, Mazzy.
Oh.
Yeah.
The other day, your phone stopped working and I laughed uncontrollably.
You did. That was pretty traumatizing. It was really
I didn't know, I couldn't control it. Like, I was literally, like, forcing my face closed.
I saw you.
And then Aaron...
I saw you trying so hard.
Aaron kept digging. Aaron would be like, dang, Mazzy, why'd you break her phone? And I would be like... like, I couldn't hold it. This fucking eyelash.
Set it free, Mazzy.
No. I'm attached to things I can't set free. I'm just like, I hope y'all know I'm joking because I know I sound like an incredibly toxic person, but that's just my persona. I'm not actually toxic.
I know I sound toxic, but that's just who I am.
No, I'm not like perpetually evil or anything. I'm not saying evil things and
I do know that you weren't really laughing at me about
it was a situation. It was such a ridiculous situation because you were like, I'm ready to go home. It was like a long shift, and you like pull out your phone, and it's like craft beyond recognition.
Oh my gosh.
And it was like glitching into colors I've never seen.
It was like interdimensional
like,
TV stuff.
Was it Bird or Aaron? They like pulled up the phone and they clicked on it, and then they were like, "Yep, that's broken." It was like everything that happened was.
You know what's really great is when a man has to take my completely smashed phone and then be like,
Yeah.
You know what? I think it is broken. And it's like,
I'm happy that we're subverting the blame back to men now.
yeah, well, I am, I don't like them.
Because I am your sister, I am your sometimes friend and confidant, and I am, like, I'm basically Mother Teresa.
Bless.
Yeah, I have followers on Instagram.
How many?
I don't know, like 1,200, 1,100. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't keep track.
I only have one follower on Instagram. It's my kid.
You just said your kid doesn't have the internet.
I know, I'm just kidding. I don't have an Instagram.
You do too have an Instagram. Why are you saying that you don't have an Instagram? And by the way, if you wonder why the Instagram for Darkwater has changed to Mazzy and Naomi's Darkwater, it's because we're including her in the logo, which was against my wishes, but I think she was gonna sue me.
I have some really good lawyers, yeah.
Good lawyers. What do you like?
That's why I don't have
Casey
any money.
Tenants? Do you notice online when people are like, they have like some like issue, like I hate my roommate, or I don't know, something like, how do you fix this TV? Someone in the comment section sometimes will be like, have you tried talking to Casey Tenants? Casey Tenants is a group that helps people with like
Evictions and like housing lawyers. That's funny. It's like,
But like people are like, you need to talk to. It would be like a bad roommate. It's like a roommate stole my luggage. You need to talk to the Casey Tenants.
I haven't seen that, but I do think it's really great that people are shouting out Casey Tenants. Any talk to like boost that group is great, even if it's falsified claims that you can use them to get rid of your bad roommate.
Well, that looks like all the time we have for Darkwater
Time to talk
Daytime
about
Hours.
being a mom. Yeah.
No, we can't. You can't just keep talking. We have a performance to get to.
Okay, that's valid.
So our performance today is going to be by the lovely Austin Glassco, who does all the graphic design work for Darkwater, for a lot of my art. Is an incredible musician, incredible designer, incredible pretty much anything. And he performed Darkwater last year in July for Darkwater Sunroom with Calvin Arsinia. Today he is going to be performing solo. So without further ado, thank you for tuning in. We're gonna have Austin Glassco perform.
Bye.